Good morning, students. How are you? Fine. Okay, thank you. So today we are going to discuss about your 10th class English books, a poem, The Solitary Reaper, composed by poet William Wordsworth. Name of the poem, The Solitary Reaper, and composed by the poet William Wordsworth. So today we will discuss 4 points, mainly 4 points. 1. Leading, that means we should find the way to get into the poem. Second, about the poet. Though we know the name of the poet, we should know something about his views and characters and nature of the poet. And third thing about the poem. The fourth, the next. The text, not the next, the text. Thank you. So, here the poem, The Solitary Reaper, by its dictionary meaning, solitary means alone, reaper means one who cuts and binds crop in the field. So, this means a lonely, a single crop cutter, a single crop cutter in the field. This is composed by poet William Wordsworth. First thing, you remember one event, one incident, one scene, one beautiful or strange thing that you have seen in your life, you have come across your life, and that has the influence on your mind till now. Can you remember? Can you recall something? Yes, you will recall it later. Now, the poet sees something strange and beautiful even after a very long time. That strange thing, that beautiful thing impresses the poet's mind. So, let us move about the poet. Who is the poet? The poet is William Wordsworth, no doubt. But he is an English poet of nature. He is an English poet of nature and deep human sympathy. We can divide this point into 2 points, main points. He is a poet of nature. William Wordsworth is a poet of nature and he is a deep human sympathetic poet. Human sympathetic. He was very much sympathetic to human being. Okay. So then about the poem. What is the poem about? Though we told it in the first leading, but something more we should add here about the poem. You can see here the poet recalls an experience that had created a lasting impression on his mind while on his visit to Highlands of Scotland. When the poet was on a visit to mountain areas of Scotland, something he saw there in the field, something he listened there on the field, that scene, that scenery, that song, that thing has expression, has created last impression. That song, that scene has long expression, a long impression on him till today. That means କବି ସ୍କଟଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡର ପାହାଡ଼ିଆ ଅଞ୍ଚଳରେ ବୁଲି ଯାଉଥିବା ବେଳେ ସେ ଏମିତି କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଦେଖିଲେ, ଏମିତି କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଶୁଣିଲେ ଯାହାକି ବହୁତ ଦିନ ପରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ତାଙ୍କ ମନରେ ପ୍ରଭାବ ପକାଇଥିଲା। Clear? So now we should proceed to the text. The text. I will recite the poem, the first 4 stanzas. You will practice it later at home. Okay? Behold her single in the field, young solitary highland lass, ripping and singing by herself, stop here or gently pass. Behold, the poet says to the reader, us, or the co-travelers, ତାଙ୍କ ସହଯାତ୍ରୀ କିମ୍ବା ଆମର ପରି ପାଠକମାନଙ୍କୁ କବି ପଚାରୁଛନ୍ତି, behold her single in the field. You see, you look, you see, single in the field, that solitary highland lass, single in the field. Nobody was there with him, nobody was there with her. Only a single girl in the field cutting crops and singing. What is the girl doing? The girl is cutting crops and singing. Stop here. The poet again says his co-travelers, ପୁଣି ତାଙ୍କର ସହଯାତ୍ରୀଙ୍କୁ କିମ୍ବା ରିଡରଙ୍କୁ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ stop here, ଟିକେ ରହିଯାଅ, listen, ଶୁଣ, or go gently, ଅଥବା ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଯାଅ, don't disturb the girl. Alone she, again what does the girl do? Alone she cuts and binds the grain. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the well profound is overflowing with the sound. She was single. She was alone. In the first stanza, solitary. In the name of the title of the song, solitary. This says that the girl is single. Nobody was there. What other things she was doing? She was cutting the crop, binding them, and singing a melancholy strain. What is the meaning of melancholy strain? Melancholy strain means sad song. The girl was cutting the crop, binding them, and singing a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the well profound is overflowing with the sound. And with his song, with her song, the girl's song is overflowing the valley. ଉପତ୍ୟକାରେ ଯେଉଁ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, ସେ ଯେଉଁ ପାହାଡ଼ ଅଞ୍ଚଳକୁ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସେ ଝିଅଟିର ଗୀତରେ ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ରୂପେ ଉପତ୍ୟକାଟି ପରିପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ହୋଇଯାଇଛି. ଓକେ, so no nightingale, third stanza. In third stanza, the poet compares the girl's song with the song of a bird, that is nightingale. No nightingale did ever chant. Nightingale is a bird, is a sweet singing bird found in Arabian deserts. Very beautiful singing. So, no nightingale did ever chant. The poet says that no nightingale did ever chant. Though she is a melodious bird, though she sings very beautifully, no nightingale. Here the nightingale is melodious, but no nightingale, no bird has beautifully chanted more welcome notes to very bands. Why does the nightingales? Why do the nightingales chant? The nightingales chant to welcome the tired travelers in Arabian deserts. When in Arabian deserts, the tired travelers moving from far distance, they take shelter under the shady haunt. Shady haunt means a shelter in desert where many people visit frequently. The tired travelers visit there frequently. That is shady haunt. So to welcome them, to welcome the tired travelers, nightingales sing very welcome notes. Welcome notes are very pleasant, very beautiful, very melodious. But the poet says that it is not more melodious than the girl's song. The girl's song is more beautiful than this nightingale's song. Arabian sands means desert of Arabs. Fourth stanza. In fourth stanza, again the poet compares the girl's song with another bird, that is cuckoo bird. The cuckoo birds sing in farthest half-breeds. In farthest habitats, breaking the silence of the sea. ସମୁଦ୍ରର ନୀରବତାକୁ ଭଙ୍ଗ କରି ସ୍କଟଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡର ଯେଉଁ ଦ୍ୱୀପପୁଞ୍ଜ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ସମୁଦ୍ରର ନୀରବତାକୁ ଭଙ୍ଗ କରି କୋକୋବାର୍ଡ ଗୀତ ଗାଇଥାଏ। ସିଙ୍ଗ ସଙ୍ଗସ୍, ବ୍ୟୁଟିଫୁଲ ସଙ୍ଗସ୍। କାହାକୁ ଶୁଣାଏ ପିଲେ ସେ କହିଲେ? କାହା ପାଇଁ ସେ ଗୀତ ଗାଏ? ସେଇ ସମୁଦ୍ରର ଲହଡ଼ି ପାଇଁ, ସେଇ ଦ୍ୱୀପରେ ଥିବା ପଶୁପକ୍ଷୀମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ବୋଧହୁଏ ନାଇଁ। ବଟ୍ କୋକୋବାର୍ଡସ୍ also sing very beautifully, breaking the silence of the seas. ସମୁଦ୍ରର ନିରବତା ଭଙ୍ଗ କରିକି ଅତି ସୁନ୍ଦର ଗୀତ ଗାଏ କୋକୋବାର୍ଡସ୍। But the poet says that the kokobards song is also not cannot be equaled with the girl song. The girl song is more beautiful, more thrilling. Thrilling? A voice so thrilling never was heard. Not so exciting, so beautiful, so thrilling songs were never heard. The girl song was very much thrilling, more excited, more beautiful, more melodious than the cocoa birds. Again in fifth stanza, let us complete it. Again in fifth stanza, the poet asks. In these two stanzas, the poet says and tells to his co-travelers. In fifth stanza, the poet asks the co-travelers, will no one tell me what she sings? Will no one tell me? କେହି ମୋତେ ଜଣେ କହିବନି ସେ କ'ଣ ଗାଉଛି ଝିଅଟା? Because the song, the style, the rhythm of the song says that it was melancholy. It is a sad song. ଗୀତଟାର ସ୍ୱର ଜଣାଇ ଦେଉଛି ଯେ ଦୁଃଖ ଗୀତ, କିନ୍ତୁ କ'ଣ ଗାଉଛି ଜଣା ପଡ଼ୁନି। The poet was not clear about the theme of the song, so he says, will no one tell me what he sings? Perhaps the plaintive number flow for old unhappy far of things and battle long ago. Again the poet asks and answers. What does his answer? He says, perhaps plaintive numbers flow. Plaintive numbers flow. General numbers for day-to-day events. Day-to-day happy and sorrow moments. ବୋଧହୁଏ ଦୈନନ୍ଦିନ ଦୁଃଖ ସୁଖ ଘଟଣା ଗାଉଛି ବା far old unhappy far of things. ବହୁ ଦିନର ଓଲ୍ଡ ପୁରୁଣା ବହୁ ଦିନରେ ଘଟି ଯାଇଥିବା ବହୁ ଦିନ ତଳେ ଘଟି ଯାଇଥିବା ଦୁଃଖ ଘଟଣା unhappy things ସେ ଉପରେ ସେ ଗୀତଟା ଗାଉଛି। କିମ୍ବା ବ୍ୟାଟେଲ ଆଗୋ ବହୁତ ଦିନ ତଳର ଘଟି ଯାଇଥିବା ଯୁଦ୍ଧର ବିଭୀଷିକାକୁ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣନା କରିକି ଦୁଃଖରେ ସେ ଗାଉଛି। କ'ଣ ଗାଉଛି? ବଟ୍ the girl is singing a melancholy song, that the girl is singing a sad song. ଦୁଃଖ ଗୀତଟା ଗାଉଛି। But the poet cannot understand the theme. Only listening the rhythm, the style, ଖାଲି ସ୍ୱରଟା ଆଗା ଜାଣୁଛନ୍ତି ସେ କ'ଣ ସେ କେମିତି ଗାଉଛି। ସ୍ୱରରୁ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ that is the melancholy song, that is ଦୁଃଖ, sad song. But what is the theme? He asks the co-travelers and answers himself. Or again the poet imagines what the girl is singing. Or is it some more humble lay? किंबा प्रतिदिनर घटना humble everyday events किंबा प्रतिदिनर घटना familiar matter of today पारिवारिक घटना ऊपर किंबा पारिवारिक घटना ऊपर नहीं से किसी गीत गाउची। Some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been made maybe again. किसी गोटे natural sorrow. What is natural sorrow? Today it is coronavirus. Natural sorrow. It makes people unhappy. एमतिकार किसी गोटे प्राकृतिक घटना घटी जाइछि जो घटना से दुख और जंत्रणा रे ताकू सेटाकू वर्णना करूछि। That has been and maybe again. ता घटी जाइछि। Some natural unhappy things happened and maybe again. एमति किसी घटना को नहीं जे बोधय तार गीतटा गाउछि। So how does the poet describe the melancholy song? The poet describes the melancholy song might be based on day-to-day unhappy things, natural unhappy things or battles of far away days and or natural loss or pain that happened and may happen again. କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରାକୃତିକ ଜିନିଷ ପ୍ରାକୃତିକ ଦୁର୍ବିପାକ ଯେମିତି ଏବେ କରୋନା ଭାଇରସ ଚାଲିଛି ସେମିତି କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଘଟଣା ଘଟିଯାଇଛି ଦୁଃଖ ହେଇଛି ଆଉ ଥରେ ହେବାର ବି ଚାନ୍ସ ଅଛି ସେକୁ ନେଇକି ସେ ଗୀତଟା ଗାଉଛି whatever the theme. Finally the poet neglects the theme, whatever may be the theme, but the theme, whatever may be the theme, the song is a sad song. The maiden sang, maiden means the girl. Here the Highland lass. Lass means girl. Lass means girl. Highland means mountain. Scotland, mountains of Scotland are called Highland. Lass means girl. Whatever may be the theme of the girl's song, the poet says, whatever the theme the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending. But she sings, whatever may be the theme, but the poet feels that her song have no ending. Her song has no ending. It is a continue. It's a continue events. It is a matter of continue events. It is a description of continue events. I saw her singing at her work and over the sinkle bending. Whatever may be the theme, it is not an ending song. It will continue, it will continue, it will continue. କେବେ ବନ୍ଦ ହେବ କି? ଚାଷୀମାନେ ବିଲରେ ଗୀତ ଗାଇବାଟା କେବେ ବନ୍ଦ ହେବ? ସେମାନେ ଯେତେ ଦିନ ବିଲରେ କାମ କରୁଥିବେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବେ ଗୀତ ଭଳିଆ ଗୀତ ଯେଉଁ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ ସେଟା ଗାଉଥିବେ ସେମିତି ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ବନ୍ଦ ହେବା ଗୀତ ନୁହଁ କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ କେମିତି ଗାଉଛି I saw her singing at work କାମ କରୁଛି ଗୀତ ଗାଉଛି କ'ଣ କାମ କରୁଛି what does the girl the cutting and reaping or cutting and binding the crops and over the sickle bending sickle means sickle a iron metal instrument to cut crops that is carved iron instrument to cut crops जोड़ा में दा कौचे दा रे काटना है सेटा सेटरे से दा को धरि की लई पड़ी की से काटू छे ओ गीत गाउछ बेंडिंग बैंड हे जेची सो क्रॉप ऊपर देखि न बैंड हे के काटन दे I listen motionless and still I listen motionless and still the beautiful melodious voice of the girl the melancholy song of the girl I listen motionless. The poet says that mo pura motionless, nirbak, abak hai bahut samay parjanta sunili. And as I mounted up the hill, हम सब गुड़ सुनुता देखी से तो चिपे ना poet जेतबेले से mounted up the hill तापर उपत्यका जेतरे पहाड़ आड़े चढ़ी कि से गले निजर घर को जिबा पे the music in my heart I bore the music the song here the music means not baja. The music means the song. The song sang by the girl. The song was singing by the girl. Bore in my heart. Bear, bore, born. Bear, dharana kaliba. Bore माने धारण कली. माने पूरा हार्ट रे रहिगला. हार्ट को टच कला. से गीतटार स्वर, से गीतटार अर्थ थीम किछि न जानिले मध्य से जो झियोटर मेलोडियस वॉइस, से जो झियोटर स्वरर जो करुणता, से जो करुण वॉइस, करुण स्वर मोर हृदय को स्पर्श कला I bore it in my heart मो हृदय मु धारण कली long after it was heard no more मत आ शुभ नतला मु पहाड़ चढ़ी चढ़ी आसला पर मत आ शुभ नतला न शुभले मध्य ता पर मध्य बहुत समय पर्यंत मो मोर हार्ट रे से झियटिर संगीत को धारण कले तणु एठी आमे कोन कहिचे जे we cannot forget something strange and beautiful even after very long time afterward. We cannot forget something strange and beautiful even after very long time afterward. बहुत दिन हो गले मध्य एमिति केते अद्भुत जिनिस एमिति केते नुआ नुआ जिनिस एमिति केते सुंदर जिनिस जोटा हमें देखिचे कि सुनिचे बहुत दिन पर मते हम मन लिबे नाही जेमिति कि कवि हृदय रे झियटिर अति सुंदर करुण कहानी भरा गीतटी धारण करी रही जाइछि ओके this is all about the poem so let me ask some questions let me discuss some questions not ask Let me discuss some questions. We will go. So, behold means look. What does the poet say to look? The poet says to his co-travelers to look the girl, single girl, reaping and singing in the field. What is Highland? Highland is the mountain land of Scotland. What other things the girl was doing? The girl was singing, cutting crops, singing a melancholy song. Good. So, what does the poet say to his co-travelers? The poet asks his co-travelers to stop here, to stop, listen, or go gently, not to disturb the girl. In third stanza, the poet compares the girl's song with a bird. Who is that bird? That bird is nightingale. Where does nightingale sing? The nightingale sing in Arabian deserts. For what purpose they sing? They sing for to welcome the weary travelers or tired travelers in Arabian sands. Where do the tired travelers take shelter? The tired travelers take shelter under shady haunts. In fourth stanza, what is the bird compared to the voice of the girl? In fourth stanza, cuckoo bird's voice is compared to the girl's voice. Where do the cuckoo birds sing? The cuckoo birds sing in farthest habitats. What do? They break the silence of the sea. Do the poet know the theme of the song? No. What does the poet ask about the theme of the song? He asks his co-travelers, will anyone tell me what is the theme of the song? Did any co-traveler answer? No. The poet says himself, imagines himself that the song might be based on this. What is this? Plenty numbers, unhappy far of things, battle of long ago, some humble day-to-day events and natural loss or pain. Here. So, what does the poet, how does the girl cutting the crop? The girl was cutting the crop with a sickle in his hand, bending on the crop. Okay. So, what happened at last to the poet? The poet became motionless, and when he mounted up the hill, though the song was not heard to him, not listened by the poet, it wore on his heart. Okay? If any doubt, you put it in your notebook, you note it in your notebook, and then ask me later. Thank you.